Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have a sign-up series event for sign-up series 115. And so yeah, without further ado, let's go over the matchups. And if you guys don't know which truck you're in, go check out the Fellow Trucks video, which was uploaded 2 days ago. Just a couple more rows to go. Ending it off with Fire Husky and Vampire Mohawk Warrior. So without further ado, we're gonna kick things off with Batman and Wolf's Head. Sign-up Series 115 is underway. And your first winner is gonna be Batman. Next up, we have the Train Truck Zombie taking on Texas. And it's gonna be Train Truck Zombie. Next up, we have our first Fire and Ice battle. Ice Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Fire Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And it's gonna be Fire Soldier Fortune Black Ops. Next up, we have Raising Cane taking on Whiplash. And it's Whiplash. Next up, we have Nitro Neon Zombie taking on Nitro Neon's Dragon. And it's Zombie. Next up, we have Ride Truck Gravedigger taking on Gravedigger 1996. And it's Gravedigger 1996. He hit the wall first. You can take a look at the replay yourself. But Gravedigger 1996 is moving on. Next up, we have Fire Horsepower taking on Ice Octanator. And it was Horsepower Fire, just barely. Next up, we have Queen Bee taking on Jester. And it's Jester. Next up, we have Georgia taking on Slinger. And it's gonna be Georgia! Next up, we have Ice Monster Mutt taking on Fire Zombie. And it's Ice Monster Mutt. Next up, we have Nomad Avenger taking on Salvager. That rollover might have cost Salvager. He had the lead. And Nomad Avenger is barely gonna edge Salvager out. Next up, we have Grandma Gravedigger taking on Green Ghost Gravedigger. And it's gonna be Grandma. Next up, we have Aftershock taking on S10 Avenger. And it's S10 Avenger. He did hit the wall before he bounced back. Aftershock didn't, so S10 Avenger will get the win. Next up, we have Backwards Bob taking on Scooby-Doo. And it's gonna be Scooby-Doo. Next up, we have Ice Cream Man taking on Jurassic Attack. Oh, very close. I heard him hit it at the exact same time. Ooh, let's go straight down. Ooh, that is too close. I'm gonna need to do a rerun. Here goes the rerun. And this time, Ice Cream Man is gonna get the win. Next up, we have the Battle of the Inverse Trucks, Alien Invasion, and Brodozer. And it's Brodozer. Next up, we have Boneyard Zombie taking on Boneyard Gravedigger. Oh! Gravedigger Boneyard never hit it! Zombie did! That'll get the win to Boneyard Zombie. Next up, we have Gravedigger Elementals taking on Soldier Fortune. And very close race. Let's go straight down. And it's gonna be Soldier Fortune. Next up, we have Reckless Gravedigger taking on Blackout Max D. And it's Reckless Gravedigger hitting the wall. Next up, we have the Battle of the Ride Trucks, BKT and Megalodon. And it's gonna be Megalodon. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior taking on El Toro Loco. And it's El Toro Loco. Next up, we have Dragon taking on Wonder Woman. And it's Dragon. He hit it first before Wonder Woman, so Dragon is going to get the win. Next up, we have Thrasher taking on Stone Crusher. And it's gonna be Stone Crusher hitting the wall first. Next up we have Gold Dragonoid taking on Big Kahuna. It's gonna be Dragonoid! Big Kahuna never hit the wall. Next up we have a Train Trucks battle between El Toro Loco and Gravedigger. Whoa! They hit it at the exact same time. Let's see who's closer. Gravedigger is on the wall still. El Toro Loco is not, and that is gonna give the win to Gravedigger. Next up, we have the Orange Nitro Neons Maxi taking on Megalodon Nitro Neons. Oh, nice save by Megalodon. Did that give him the win? Yes, it did. Just barely. You can see that back tire sticking out a little more, so that'll give them a win. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on Dragonoid. And it's gonna be Horsepower. Next up, we have Sasquatch taking on Freebird. And it's gonna be Freebird. Next up, we have Train Trucks Earthshaker taking on Cyclops. And it's gonna be Earthshaker. Next up, we have Maximum Destruction taking on Team Mints. Oh! They hit at the exact same time. You can see there's a gap of Team Mints, and there's one wheel on the wall for Maximum Destruction, and Maximum Destruction is gonna get the win. Next up, we have the battle of the Overcast Trucks, Earthshaker and Zombie. And it's Earthshaker. Next up, we have Wolf Islands 19 taking on Pirates Curse Ghost. And it's Pirates Curse Ghost. Next up, we have World Finals 21 taking on 4th of July Freebird. And it's gonna be Freebird. Next up, we have the battle of the Stun Trucks, Holiday and Normal. It's gonna be the Holiday. Next up, we have Hurricane Force taking on Blue Thunder. And it's Blue Thunder. Next up, we have Fire Monster Butt Husky taking on Vampire Mohawk Warrior. Final race, round 1. And it's Fire Husky. Alright guys, here's all your people that advanced from round 1. There were a total of 72, and now it's down to 36, so without further ado, let's kick things off with Batman and Train Truck Zombie. Round number 2 is underway. And the first winner is going to go to Train Truck Zombie. Next up, we have Whiplash taking on Soldier Fortune Black Ops Fire. And it's going to be Whiplash. Next up, we have Gravedigger 1996 taking on Zombie Nitro Neons. And it's going to be Gravedigger 1996. Next up, we have Fire Horsepower taking on Jester. And, oh, Horsepower flips over, and that'll give the win to Jester. Next up, we have Georgia taking on Monster Mutt Ice. And it's gonna be Georgia. Next up, we have Nomad Avenger taking on Grandma Gravedigger. And it's gonna be Grandma Gravedigger. Next up, we have S10 Avenger taking on Scooby-Doo. And it's S10 Avenger. Next up, we have Inverse Bulldozer taking on Ice Cream Man. And it's gonna be that rollover cost Ice Cream Man, and that is gonna give the win to Inverse Bulldozer. Next up, we have Boneyard Zombie taking on Soldier Fortune. And Soldier Fortune is gonna get the upset win. What an upset! Next up, we have Megalodon Ride taking on Gravedigger Reckless. And it's gonna be Megalodon Ride. Next up, we have Dragon taking on El Toro Loco. Oh! Nice save by El Toro Loco. And that is gonna give him the win. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on the Gold Dragonoid. And it's gonna be Gold Dragonoid. Next up, we have Nitro Neon's Megalodon taking on the Train Trucks Gravedigger. And it's gonna be Megalodon. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on the normal Freebird. And it's gonna be Horsepower. Next up, we have Train Trucks Earthshaker taking on Maximum Destruction. And it's Earthshaker. Next up, we have Pirate's Curse Ghost taking on Earthshaker Overcast. And it's Pirate's Curse Ghost with the upset win. Next up, we have 4th of July Freebird taking on the Holiday Stun Truck. And it's gonna be the Holiday Stun Truck. I saw him hit it first, so he's gonna get the win. Next up, we have Fire Husky taking on Blue Thunder. And it's gonna be Fire Husky, and look at that. Nice wheelie from Blue Thunder. Alrighty guys, so here are all your matchups that for round 3. And without further ado, let's kick things off with the Train Truck Zombie and Whiplash. Round 3 is underway. And it's gonna be Train Truck Zombie. Next up, we have Gravedigger 1996 taking on Jester. And it's gonna be Gravedigger 1996. Next up, we have Grandma Gravedigger taking on Georgia. And it's gonna be Georgia. Next up, we have Inverse Brodozer taking on S10 Avenger. And it's gonna be Brodozer. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune taking on Megalodon Ride. And, oh, good race. Is Megalodon on the wall? No, he's not. And Soldier Fortune did hit the wall, and he backed up just a little, so since Megalodon is not on the wall, that's gonna get the win to Soldier Fortune, because he did hit the wall. Okay guys, before I start this next race, I did check the clip, and Megalodon did not hit it. You saw it right there, and Soldier Fortune did hit it, and then he backed up just a little bit. So if you disagree with me, just go look back at the clip. But I did double check that Soldier Fortune did win that race. So without further ado, let's continue with Dragonoid Gold and El Toro Loco. And it's gonna be Dragonoid. Next up, we have Megalodon Nitro Neons taking on Horsepower. And it's Horsepower. Next up, we have Train Trucks Earthshaker taking on Pirate's Curse Ghost. And it's Train Trucks Earthshaker hitting the wall first. And our final race of round number 3 is Fire Monster Butt Husky and World Finals 20 Holiday. Oh! That rollover cost Monster Butt Husky, and that'll get the win to the Holiday Stunt Truck. Alright guys, here's all your matchups for round number 4, but the Holiday Stunt Truck needs an opponent, so I'm just gonna select a truck. So I chose Whiplash, and without further ado, let's kick things off with the Train Truck Zombie and Gravedigger 1996. Round number 4 is underway. And it's gonna be Gravedigger! Next up, we have Inverse Brodozer taking on Georgia. And, oh! Very, very close. Let's go straight down. And it's gonna be Georgia. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune taking on Bakugan Dragonoid. And Soldier Fortune hits the wall. I'm surprised he's making it this far. Normally he loses in round 1 or 2, but he's good. Moving on. Next up, we have Earthshaker Truck Training taking on Horsepower. And it's gonna be Horsepower hitting the wall first. And your final race of round number 4 before we name Fast Loser is Whiplash and the Holiday Stunt Truck. And it's gonna be Whiplash. Alright guys, there are your opponents for round 5. But we need Fast Loser to take on Whiplash. So the truck I selected was El Toro Loco. So without further ado, let's kick things off with Gravedigger 1996 and Georgia. Oh! And the first win is gonna go to Gravedigger 1996. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune taking on Horsepower. And it's gonna be Horsepower hitting the wall first. And your final race before the quarterfinals is Whiplash and El Toro Loco. And it's gonna be Whiplash! Alright, guys. There are your top 3, but we need Fast Loser to take on Whiplash. And then I'll read off the names of the top 4. So, here are the ones I've selected. Stone Crusher versus Soldier of Fortune. And it's gonna be Stone Crusher. Inside of Gravedigger 1996, we have the Racing Genesis. Inside of Horsepower, we have Riley McCord. Inside Whiplash, we have Mac Ball Mac. And inside Stone Crusher, we have Monster Jam Fan 0311. So without further ado, let's kick things off with Gravedigger 1996 versus Horsepower. Who will win the first race and go on to the championship race? Oh man! Horsepower never hit the wall. Gravedigger 1996 did. So Gravedigger 1996 is gonna get the win. So who will go to the championship race with Gravedigger 1996? Is it gonna be Stone Crusher, Monster Jam Fan 0311, or Mac Ball Mac and Whiplash? And this is a Hangout Squad battle. It's gonna be Monster Jam Fan 0311! And look at that! That's a nice finish! So sorry to Mac Bulldog Mac! Alright guys, here is your championship race. Inside Stone Crusher, we have Monster Jam Fan 0311. Inside of Gravedigger 1996, we have the Racing Genesis. So, let's crown a champion. Well, your winner of Monster Jam Sign Up Series 115 is gonna be none other than the Racing Genesis and Gravedigger 1996 has done it. Congratulations to the Racing Genesis and Gravedigger 1996. This is Gravedigger 1996. Second to third win, man. Congratulations. You deserve this win. Monster Jam Fan 0311. Dude, you were so close to getting your 13th or 14th win on my channel. You just gotta make that one step further, and I know you'll get your win one day. But anyways, guys, congratulations to the Racing Genesis for taking his first win on my channel. And congratulations for giving Gravedigger 1996 his second or third win on my channel. Congrats to all the competitors that signed up. And I'll see you guys next time.